Was dating a guy who was married. My grandmother's like, oh, who's your boyfriend? I'm like, oh, he's married. I'm very open. Like, I'm not the kind of person who's gonna like tell my nana that I'm dating a nice Italian boy just to like look proper. Like, I don't care. Like, I am who I am and take it or leave it. That's why I don't give a fuck what people say about me. You could say that I'm an escort and you could say that I'm all these things, but in the end, like, I know who I am. And if you want to come up to me and ask me, like, I will tell you straight up what I did and didn't do.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Umaomi aka Petite Diva, and in this video we are discussing women dating married men. Now this video is inspired by a particular creator who came online to say that she was dating a married man for 3 years and she did not realize that he was still actively in his marriage.
I dated a married man for 3 years. Things you say after a toxic relationship that people go, what? This dude had a whole ass wife, a whole ass family. And I just thought this was normal. I thought it was normal that he was, only separated and not divorced. The whole time, until today. We went ring shopping. He took me ring shopping. This was not Caitlin's idea. He took me ring shopping. We went to open houses together because we wanted to live together. This man was fully integrated into my life. He met my children. We were having family dinners together. But I was never allowed to post us on social media. I was never allowed to advertise that I was in a relationship. And I didn't get to meet his family because he's married. Why did I think this was so normal? Dude fucked me up. But what part of my brain malfunctioned where it was like, yeah, that's totally fine? Nothing about that sentence is fine. 3 years of my life. 3 years of my life gone to this f***ing man.
Now, in this lady's case, she truly believed that the man was fully separated from his wife and on the brink of getting a divorce or in the process of getting a divorce. She eventually learned that that was not the case. Even though the man had taken her ring shopping, taken her to houses to view them so that they can move together. That was the thought that she had. I think she eventually found out that he was not leaving his family. He was still actively in his marriage and actively in his family's life, and she was just ranting. Anyway, people had things to say about her situation and how some married men would lie to their mistresses about their wives but still refuse to leave their wives, and how some people have no problem dating married men. So let's check out what people have to say, and then I'll come back to share my thoughts.
I dated a married man for 3 years. Things you say after a toxic relationship that people...
When I saw the video, I thought I should stitch this. Excuse the filter because I haven't washed my face today. I was the wife in that situation. And I completely was clueless. And then I heard from someone that my ex-husband was dating a girl and they were having a long-term relationship. Then I found out that he rented a house for her for over half a year. And the house that he rented for her was a block away from the daycare my daughter used to go to. And apparently he told her that I was mentally ill. I was abusive towards him and our daughter, which none of that was true. And he told her all kinds of crazy stories about me, out to destroy my reputation, my image, and then come home to try to make me feel like I was the crazy one. If I was crying, I was just being useless. If I was mad, I was just a crazy bitch. And then eventually I found out that they were dating, so I confronted him and I wanted to get a divorce. And then he turned against the girl that he was dating. He said I never wanted to date her, and it was her threatening me that she might kill herself. And then saying that she's mentally ill, and he even gave me her family members' phone numbers for me to call to confront that she's in fact crazy. Anyways, all those things drove me fucking crazy.
I dated a married man for 3 years.
I don't really want to hate on this creator too much, and I really don't want to divulge too much information about my marriage and my divorce from my ex-husband, but I want to say this. Ladies, the separated and getting a divorce story is literally like the oldest lie in the book. It is literally a trope. It is like people write stories about it. Like it's on TV. It's really, if a man is telling you he is getting a divorce or he is separated from his wife, or that it's all for show on Facebook or whatever, he's in an unhappy marriage or she's crazy or blah, 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 the likelihood is that that's not true. He is just cheating on his wife. He is looking for a reason to cheat on his wife. And now before anybody comes in my comments and says some women are crazy, I don't care. He needs to physically leave his wife and divorce her and sign those divorce papers, because otherwise he is just prolonging it.
I dated a married man for 3 years. Things you say after a toxic relationship.
I thought this was common sense, but it's probably a good thing that I say it. When you're starting to get serious about someone, honestly, some people do this on the first date itself. Look them up. Look up if they're married. Look up if they have a crazy background. I mean, women, you should be doing this when you're going on dates with guys, because it may very well save your life. For those of you who don't know, marriage records are public. You can look them up in the state and county that they're filed by just doing a quick internet search. And if you do find out that someone is married, don't date them when they're married. Date them after they have completely left that relationship and have had time to heal. It's also important to understand that every situation has one side, the other side, and then the truth.
When I was in the affair, I felt fairly emotionally and financially supported. I felt like my affair partner was available for me most of the year, maybe except for birthdays and of course the freaking holidays. He still did really good about seeing me like Christmas morning, things like that, but it just was not the same because I had to go home without a partner. Communication often slowed down, they were less available, and that was when I really felt like a mistress or an outsider or not enough.
When you mess with a married man, you're going to get February 15th, you're going to get December 26th, you're going to be an afterthought because that man is not leaving his wife and his family. For a man to get you to agree with being a party to infidelity, he has to paint the wife as the villain in his story. No matter how bad she is, though, he still can't seem to leave. I said it before and I'll say it again. Women like you actually keep the man in the marriage. He is looking for 20%. It's the 80-20 rule all over again. So he's coming to you for that 20%. That man's never going to leave that woman. You're keeping him in the relationship because now he finally feels whole with the two of you together. That man is treating you like a dessert. He goes to the wife for actual nutrients. She's one who keeps him fed. But when he wants some empty calories, that's when he comes to you for a little something sweet at the end of the night. You are better and more than somebody's dessert, more than somebody's something to do. Your bed is cold. That woman has a man next to her every single night. He might be a raggedy one, whether she knows it or not. But you're sharing this man. You will never get the kind of treatment that you crave as long as you're sharing this woman's husband.
There is nobody on this planet more single, pound for pound most DMs sent, most flirtatious, most love-bombing individuals than married men. Married men are running amok. Why are you married, bro? Why? Leave, brother. Leave. Just leave. Just leave the whole relationship. Get the divorce, pay the alimony, whatever you got to do, because you're fucking up. The amount of DMs females, multiple females have shown me from married men is an extraordinary number. These men have families and kids, paying for other people's rent and vacations, saying the most non-married man shit you could say to another female. And I'm stunned. I'm honestly shocked. Part of me is impressed because how do you hide a marriage that well? Some of these girls don't even find out you're married for like 2 years. Y'all out here starting completely different relationships with new people while being married. And my theory is married men are so good at shooting their shot because they already have somebody at home. There's really no loss. You could shoot and miss and just go back home and nobody's none the wiser. But the risk that you're taking if you do get caught is fucking exponential, man. Now listen, I'm not usually astounded by a lot of shit, but the number of married men sliding into DMs astonished me. It should be studied. These men will go to exponential lengths just to get laid by somebody new. Flying to different cities every weekend, buying or renting another house that's far away from where they live. It's either they have no social media or they got like 19 accounts.
I'm 34 years old and I'm dating a married man.
How did you guys meet?
So he has a daughter with one of my friends, and so she was just trying to get us because she doesn't like his wife.
And your friend thought it would be a good idea because she doesn't like his wife to introduce her friend and initiate an affair?
Yes.
With her baby daddy. So the friend who set them up has a child with this man.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh my God. Have you met the wife?
Yes.
How many times?
Like a lot.
You've been sleeping with him, and in between that, you have been pretending to not know him while he's pretending to be a husband to his wife.
Correct.
Gotcha. How's that make you feel?
Shitty.
Good.
I mean, if I'm being completely honest, like it's not fun, but like I put it out of my mind.
We are capable of being self-centered and selfish, and we're all capable of lying to ourselves. But at the end of the day, it just comes down to like deciding what kind of person do you want to be.
Hey, say, correct me if I'm wrong or not. I know I might ruffle a few feathers with this, but ain't nobody more faithful than a married man to his side chick. Let me tell you something. A married man that's cheating and he got a side chick, you can go holler at his wife before he let you holler at his side chick. Listen, let me tell you something. I done seen it firsthand. Ain't nobody more possessive and more faithful to their side chick than a married man. Let me tell you something. I done seen some married men that would literally get out the bed with their woman to ride past that side chick house to make sure that a single man like you or me not over there.
My advice to women who find themselves dating a married man: save every text, receipt, love note, everything, and call his wife. You might feel like you're in love, but ask yourself, do you really want to be in love with someone who lies about having a wife? I didn't think so. So if you find out you're dating a married man, do the right thing. Call his wife and break it to her gently. If you were married and your husband was having an affair, would you want to know? Of course you would. So do his wife that courtesy. Trust me, you're doing the right thing.
This is to the ladies that are looking for married men. They actually prefer dating somebody else's husband. Y'all, do not date somebody who's married. I just saw some videos on YouTube about how to date a married man, how to know the married man is using you. Regardless, that person's in covenant. Do you think that something good is going to come from you dating a man who is married? No. If a man is married and he is seeing you, he's using you for something. Whether it be affection, an ego boost, an escape from his reality, something. There is nothing good that's going to come from you dating somebody else's spouse. Nothing. Y'all got to be careful about the seeds that you are sowing, because one day you will reap. You get in the way of somebody else's marriage. What do you think will happen to your marriage?
I date a married man, and now he wants to leave his wife.
No.
That's not what I signed up for. That was not the agreement. If Jesus can rise on the third day, you can too.
Okay, all right.
How do I soften the blow? By telling him if he leave his wife, he leaves me too.
A queen. I respect the camaraderie. She trying to keep the marriage together. And I respect that. The wife
She
back.
said I'm not a home wrecker.
I don't wreck
I will come
home.
in and your shit up, but I won't wreck it. Okay.
No.
Again, and I just want to give you your credit.
Because there's a lot of women out there that'll be dating somebody that's in a marriage or a relationship and be under the delusion that if that relationship was to dissolve, then we gonna have a prospering relationship after.
But can you imagine being that man? Up your home, access to your children, and forfeiting this wife, this good woman that you have, to leave her for the woman that you've been kicking it with, up your home with. And when you go to her, she said, ugh, I don't want to cheat her.
Right. And that's what you deserve.
Like,
and that's what you deserve.
That's some crazy like, ugh, I don't want no cheater.
Why did you think I wanted that?
What? Can you imagine that?
He's actively married, sis, run. He's just playing. He's just playing. He's going to tell you what you want to hear, because a man will always want to have his cake and eat it too. I'm going to just tell you the truth now. A man will always want to have his cake and eat it too. So married man, once you find out he's married, run. Just run, because you're going to find yourself being so delusional. I'm telling you, a married man will tell you all the lies in the world, get in your head, and you're going to find yourself becoming so delusional to the point where you're like, oh my God, I thought he was going to leave his wife for me, which is never going to happen. You get what I'm saying? And these are the things that really happen. I know some people may feel uncomfortable about me talking about this, but I have to talk about things that we women really actually go through, because these are things that girls go through. Whether people like it or not, these are things that women do go through. You get what I'm saying? And you got to also think about it like this sometimes too. Like sometimes you may feel selfish, like, oh, you know what? I want to deal with him. I want to do this. I want to do that. But you got to think about, what if you were his wife too? One day you're going to be a wife as well, and you wouldn't want that to happen to you as well. So you got to also think of, there's so many things to think about. That's why I say what I say about, you know,
girl, if that man is married, leave him alone. I don't really care what he told you. I don't care if he told you that they're legally separated. I don't care if he told you that they're getting a divorce. I don't even care if he told you that he no longer speaks to her. It does not matter. That man is married, and that makes you an adulterer in the eyes of God. That's on you. Girl, it's not worth it. Leave him alone and allow God to heal your heart and send you the one that is right for you.
There are two lies a married man tells when he is hunting down his prey, which is usually a very attractive single woman who's never been married, never had children, but here they are. I'm going to tell you what they are, and I'm going to tell you what to say in return. The first one is, it's over with me and my wife. Yeah, we're still living in the same house, but, you know, we've called lawyers and we sleep in separate beds and it's just totally over. We've been to counselling, we've tried everything, it's over. That's the first one. The second one is just the tip. Now, when you hear either of these things, this is what I want you to do. You're going to say, oh my God, do you expect me to believe that? It's like they all got together in a club and designed these two very lies. One, to get you into their presence, and two, to get into your pants. Falling in love with another person's spouse is not love. It's fear of intimacy. It is falling in love with the idea of love, not actual love itself. It is chasing after the unobtainable. And the same is true for any love relationship whereby there's a gate, there's something, there's an impasse, they're overseas or they're married or something. You're married. Married people chasing after other people, it is not love. Stay away from this thing.
Ladies, if you're going to be the other woman, at least be getting paid. At least be getting your bills paid. At least be getting some gifts. Because back in the day, cheating was a rich man's sport. The other woman would be put up in a house on the hill, all bills paid with allowance and spending money. And she would only see him like twice a week or something like that. Now y'all don't even get Bath and Body Works, yet y'all are bragging about taking another woman's man. Y'all are bragging about getting free peen. Like, I knew y'all standards were low when y'all started helping men cheat for free. If you're going to be grimy, at least have standards. I'm not saying it's right, but y'all should be leaving with something. Y'all should be charging men to cheat. Y'all should be charging them for your silence. Oh, I kind of got a girlfriend. Oh, well, I kind of need $5,000. Oh, I kind of have a wife. Oh, well, I kind of need a new car paid in full, signed off in my name. Like, come on, ladies, y'all got to think bigger. Y'all got to think smarter. If you're going to be the side piece, be a side piece with a purpose, because you're still going to be labeled a homewrecker regardless, right? Right. So it shouldn't be good enough just to take his free peen. Because if y'all are going to be out here sneaking around with someone's boyfriend or husband for what? For bragging rights? Oh, I took your man, but you're still in debt. Your car still isn't paid off. You're still in the same raggedy apartment. So what did you gain exactly? Y'all need to do better. If you're going to share, at least share and get paid.
Now, the woman in the video that inspired this video was obviously not happy that she was being deceived and she was with a married man. She really did not appreciate that he lied, and it made her feel like they had a future together. Meanwhile, he was still with his wife and his family. Now, there are some other people that were featured that have no problem dating a married man. And it's really baffling to me how some people, some women are so comfortable dating a married man. Now, it's a different case if the married man lied and you did not know that he was married when you started the relationship, because there are some married men that just strive on having other affairs outside their marriage, even though they are not going to leave their marriage. So they lie to women, and some women don't do background check. They just trust what the men are saying. And those scenario is different because you are deceived. But eventually when you find out, if there is no further involvement, you should up and leave and allow the man to go. But there's some women that even when they find out, they have no problem because, oh, they are getting some things that they would not get from some other single guys that were approaching them, or they just like the thrill of being the other woman. There's a certain woman, there's a certain creator who was the other woman that is now the wife, and she has made her whole personality online about being the other woman that eventually became the wife. There are women like that that have no problem dating married men. There are women that the only time they have a problem dating the married man is when during the holidays, when he's not available, or during Valentine's Day or those kind of things. That's when they have a problem. But every other day, they don't have a problem. Then the married men, most times they don't want to leave their wives. I don't know whether it's because of legal reasons or because they will not leave their wives. They would paint their wives like they are crazy, they are this, they are that. But when it's time to leave, they refuse to leave. They say they are not leaving. Some will tell you they are never going to leave their wives, but they want to have you because you're the one that makes them feel better. They are a better match for them. They wish they had met you before they met their wives, and all the lies that they used to tell some women. It's just unfortunate that some men are not happy staying in their marriage and they are not happy leaving their marriage. They just want to eat their cake and have it. And I find it funny with those married men that have mistresses. If their mistress should be entertaining other men, they get very angry. And if their wives, they suspect that maybe their wives are entertaining other men, they get very angry. I don't get it. You have a side piece, you have a side chick, but you are angry that your side piece or your side chick or your wife might be with other people. How is it that you think you are morally right to have multiple women, but the women don't have the right to have multiple men? It's just something I just thought about, that it's just weird how some married men act when they are not on the right standing to act in the way they are acting. I don't know about this whole concept of some women being bold to say that they are with a married man and they are not ashamed about it. They don't have anything to hide. It is what it is for them. And I really don't know how they think they are going to be happy doing that. It's just a concept that I don't understand. Yes, most of their thoughts might be from the married men and what they've told them. Like some people would say, I'm going to divorce my wife, I'm going to divorce my wife, or my wife is crazy, I can't divorce her because she's crazy, or she's unfaithful, she doesn't satisfy me, or something like that. It's just, yes, they can be fed the lies from the married men, but when you know it's a lie, I know it might be very hard to up and leave, especially when you thought that this relationship was supposed to be the all and all for you, and then you eventually find out that you've been lied to, you've been deceived. It can be very hard to get out of it. But once you know that this is the way it is, I believe it's time to move, because most times that relationship will not end up being the best for you. It's going to end up being traumatic, and you might be left out in the cold eventually. So I don't know. This is my own thoughts about women who are willing to date married men, or women who find themselves in a situation where they've been dating a married man without knowing. I don't know what you guys think about this whole situation or this whole topic. I would love to hear your own thoughts about this discourse. So please leave your comments in the comment section so that we can get this discussion popping. Now, if you like this video, please give it the thumbs up. If you are not yet subscribed and you like videos such as this, please consider subscribing by clicking on the red button that says subscribe. And don't forget to click on the bell notification icon by the side so that you're notified anytime I upload videos. Now, with all that said, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.